reading for you about a forbidden love that is possibly just considered forbidden because of timing. So we could have somebody that is involved in a relationship already, or we could have somebody that is like a professor-student situation where it's considered inappropriate because you are supposed to be in a work environment. But this timing is something that someone is thinking about. What can I do to address this being the block to our relationship or our romance? What can I do to be a little bit creative? So let's go in spirit with a little bit of Winchester. I'm trying out the live from my cell phone again today. Figured out a few things that I missed last night. So hello, Key Controller. How's it going? If you are interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. I don't know if I can say it's in the description box below because I don't know if this form of live stream offers it. But I also offer memberships if you're interested. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Brewer Kings. How are we doing? All right, let's see. I want to make sure you can see. Okay. So let's dive in with the Edgar Allan Poe and see what else is going on with regards to this forbidden love. It does, right? All right. Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man in reverse with Temperance. So there's a delicate balance in someone's life right now with this Temperance card. I feel like it's one of those things, like I would compare it, since I used to be like a bartender server, I would compare it to having a tray of drinks, and if one person decides to just like randomly take a drink off your tray, they might upset the whole balance, right? I'm glad to hear that, Brewer Kings. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? This is somebody who is very aware that this is a balance that needs maintenance, or like that you have to prioritize things. And that's why we have this refusal to change something, even though I feel they know they should change it. So it's a bit of a crossroads for this person. I feel like this is the person who's in probably a relationship or in a career or a job role where it would be considered inappropriate to be in a relationship with you. I can make a purple twilight. We've got Four of Wands in the reverse, Nine of Swords. There's trouble with regards to somebody's status. Again, this is either career or a marriage perhaps that they're in, but the Nine of Swords is about anxiety. This is, if I do what I want, or if I am not careful, I will lose something that is really important to me, or I will, be struggling. They could be concerned as far as like, would I be able to pay my rent or my mortgage? Would I be facing like a divorce court situation? So very much so on their mind is what the cost to change everything would be. And I feel like they've determined like, this is just not a good time. Like I can't afford to make this change in my life. I can't afford to find a new job. Page of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Cups. The problem is this is someone who doesn't know how to communicate their current situation to you. I know that something is like stressful, or I know that there's a problem, but when it comes to like outright rejecting you, it's like, I don't know. So I feel like we've got somebody who is aware of the risk, but still doing what they're doing. Hey, Bob, how are you doing? Hello, Jimmy. How's it going? I hope you find it. We've got Three of Cups in the reverse, the Fool, and the Hermit in the reverse. Let me get one more. Yeah, the thing is, there is definitely a sense of people feeling like this is not an acceptable love with the Forbidden Love card that we had at the beginning. You need to finish up your divorce, you need to change your job, you need to whatever, right? Somebody feels this pressure, but at the same time, they don't know if they can really like distance themselves from this connection. Three of Cups in the reverse. Three of Cups in the reverse is the lack of support. The Fool, somebody continuing to do something even though they know better. And this particular Fool card actually has someone following them. It's very unusual to have a Fool card that is more than one person. Usually it's just a little puppy. So I do think that this could be someone whose secret is not so secret. Hermit in the reverse, they're doing something inadvisable. Ten of Swords, that could lead to someone feeling betrayed or an ending. I do think that someone's onto the shenanigans, has figured out what this person's doing, because I don't know that they've been as concerned as they should be with the risk. Hey, hun, like, we don't need to just like spam. I do wish you some luck, but I need you to like not just take it over, okay? Thank you, Upper Echelon. Hello, Turk. How's it going? This is a general reading. I'm not doing personal questions today, okay? Hello, Heath. How are you doing? This is the Love Oracle. Sorrow, loss, grief, and depression, and chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. So I think we've got a sense of depression, probably also that anxiety from the Nine of Swords, because things are not in a good place with regards to this job or this marriage, this thing that they would be risking if they pursue the chemistry that they feel with you. So it's like they can't make a decision, so they're still making a risky decision to not give it up. You know what I mean? Hey, hey Marvin, how are you doing? Hello, Stacy. Hey, Third Eye. How's it going? So we've got foundation and distracted. Yeah. I don't like what's going on in terms of my family life, or I don't like what's going on in terms of my job. So I want a distraction. I want something that can make me feel like I've got like great things going on, even though I am a little bit depressed. So this is avoidance, right? I know I have issues in my life. I know I'm not happy, or I know I can't, you know, make this work. But instead of dealing with that, they are trying to find a way to like feel alive with some side piece, distraction. Hello, Lila. It's the same here too. Hello, Gagan. How are you doing? Please don't repeat your messages. We got Rachel in town, so she might block you for me. But yeah, I would really appreciate if you guys don't spam the live chat. So we've got truth, intentions, honesty, clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. The problem is, I do think that we have an obsessive tendency here, and it could probably go either way, right? It could be the person who's in this Nine of Swords. I will refer to them as the Hermit. It's technically the Hermit in the reverse. The Hermit is potentially the one who's obsessed because they're getting this like dopamine hit, or they're getting this distraction from what makes them depressed, right? But there could also be a little bit of like both people experiencing that. A little bit of escapism for both, right? The thing is, there is this truth that kind of looms over the connection, that there is this problem that needs to be dealt with, or that someone doesn't feel like really free to enjoy themselves in this relationship. Hey, David, how are you doing? Hello, Pravin. What's going on? This is the Wild Reflections Tarot. Three of Cups in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse. Because I'm so caught up on what everybody else thinks, right? Three of Cups, that would be like the community. I know that they wouldn't approve, or I know that they feel like I should be above this. That makes me feel like I don't have the power to do what I really want to do. I think this is a cop-out. I'm just going to say whoever this person is that resonates with the Hermit, like sending you a hug, but like we need to be more aware of what we're capable of. What are the controllables within our life that we can control? Do we need to communicate differently? Do we need to advocate for ourselves? Do we need to apply for a new job? This is someone who's feeling trapped or depressed because they think everybody else has the control when they have control over their own life more than they're willing to admit, right? Hello, Lalit. Hello, Divya. How are you doing? So we've got Seven of Cups in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the Four of Wands in the reverse. There's clarity here on a desire for a new beginning. There's daydreaming about what it would be like to walk away from the current situation and be able to be in a relationship with this forbidden love. But what stands in the way is a desire to conform to what is expected of me. I don't want to do this because everybody will judge me. Four of Wands in the reverse. They'll look down on me. They'll feel like I failed, right? Thank you, Rachel. All right, let's get a few from the Path of Shadows, since we definitely have something here regarding the community. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? Exactly. What would be really funny is if you typed that same message again, Rachel. I'm just kidding. Don't do it. We've got Ghost. In the realm of shadows, where memories are host, the echoes of what is gone still haunts me the most. So the problem here is we've got someone who feels like they're chasing the energy of what their relationship used to be or what their life used to be. My job used to be what I love to do, now I hate it, or I used to love my spouse, now I feel like we're just roommates. There's this loss of like the joy of living, right? And the problem is inherent to how this person makes their choices, how they live their life, the things that they accept, right? Settling. But they like to say that it's everything else around them. Empower yourself by accepting there are things that you can actually change for yourself. Because that's what's blocking this person, is their own frustration with other people being the problem when they could remove themselves from that situation, right? So we've got the Fox, enigma, adaptability, and shape-shifting. I feel like there's timing that is off for a reason. I think whoever is this love interest for this hermit is someone that does live their life more focused on like what makes me happy. That's part of why they're attracted to you. I would imagine it, for most of you, you would resonate with the love interest. But this is saying, like, I'm not going to get stuck doing things that I don't like, right? I'm not going to leave all of the fun on the table just because I can't make some decisions, right? Hey, Matt, how are you doing? Hello, Mahini. Hello, Kuman. How are you doing? Oh, this is not personal readings for today. It's a general reading. Thank you, Rachel. A curse of bones, time, and dust. Things that were never meant to last. I think we have a realization on the part of the hermit that maybe they jumped into something too quickly. Maybe they made a decision for their life that they didn't expect at some point to feel differently about. The thing is, when we realize that there's something we need to change in our life, then that's the opportunity we have to make that change, right? Thank you, Steven. Hello, Darth. How are you? Ooh, happy Canada Day. That's awesome. So we've got the Marigold Tarot, if I did not mention that. Queen of Cups. Sorry. In the reverse. And the King of Cups in the reverse. There's something major that the Hermit forgets to do or forgets to acknowledge. Queen of Cups in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse. I'm so wrapped up in my distraction, or I'm so like focused on this little flirtation that I don't finish my dissertation, that I don't grade the papers, that I don't remember my anniversary or my kid's birthday. This is somebody who has a major failing in terms of you knew you were supposed to do that and you didn't, right? But we've got the High Priestess. It's a situation that makes it extra difficult for the Hermit to hide their secret, because they've done this thing where it's like, I know I need to make a decision, but I can't make a decision. I can't do that and I can't do that. So it's like the universe is underscoring for this person, you didn't really stop, so there's still risk here. Hey Tiana, how are you doing? Key controller, you better not upset Rachel. Oh no. I'm back, don't worry. Oh no. It's time to vacuum. We've got 8 of Cups. 2 of Wands and the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So because they didn't want to stand up and make a choice, I'm going to prioritize my career or my marriage, or maybe they were just going to say, I'm going to change my whole life and choose this other relationship because that's what I want. Because they did not choose, now the universe is like making it painful for them. It do be like that. Hello. Is it Care Easy? You tell me how you want me to say. Hello, Constancia. How are you doing? Resplendent is such a great word. Hello, Cliff. How are you doing? Hello, Dina. What's going on? We've got the 3 of Swords. Strength. And the Chariot. The thing is, this free spirit, it's probably you, if this is resonating for you. The free spirit that the Hermit is distracting themselves by is looking at the situation like, what am I doing? I don't know if I really want to hang out here. You haven't made your decision, so I'm not going to wait around and expect you to do something when you clearly aren't actually prioritizing it. And you're like, beep, beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Vroom. You're out of here. You're not going to like wait around for this person. If they're not going to make up their mind, then they already made up their mind. You know what I mean? Like if you're not going to make your decision, you kind of already decided that you're just going to continue on with what you're doing. 10 of Wands in the reverse. This is really difficult for this Hermit to accept because they thought they could have their cake and eat it too. But they can't. 10 of Swords. So 10 of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. So we've got something that happens. I feel like this is a major event or like an anniversary or something like that, a deadline that the Hermit misses because of this flirtation or this love interest. And that could start the unraveling. Now there's an argument. Now there's a concern. Now there's a meeting. Maybe there's some therapy, but this person starts to indicate that they aren't serious about making any changes, and strength or the love interest, not interested, not going to wait for you to decide that you want to move somewhere else or prioritize me. So there's an ending here that I don't feel like the Hermit was interested in. I feel like they are frustrated because they thought they could make it last a little bit longer. Hello, Manal. How are you doing? Not today. But I will do that again soon. All right, let's see what else we've got with... This is the Fairy Lenormand. You're welcome, Michael. What else? Number 13, which is the Girl. This talks about innocence, new beginnings. I think we've got someone who moves away, somebody who finds another opportunity. So the timing is off. Someone has this chance, the Hermit has this chance to change their life and do something that makes them happier. But it's like the elevator stopped. And if you're not going to get off on this floor, then I guess you're not, right? This is someone who's saying you had your moment, you had that window in time, you decided not to take that opportunity, but maybe next life? Opportunity only knocks once, twice, I don't know, but like they missed it. We've got someone who's ready to ride off into the sunset like on their own. I don't need to wait for somebody to join me in order to have an adventure. I feel like this is someone who's moving or even meeting someone new or finding another way to enjoy themselves. They're not interested in the like half relationship, right? It's okay, Tiana. I'll do another one. Hello, Illuminati. How are you doing? You too, Third Eye. So we've got Better Now, healing wounds within the relationship. And Missing You, longing to be with you again. Actually, if you look at the card, they missed the word to. It's just longing be with you. They do want to be with you again, but I think there's a part of them that realizes it's for the best if you've walked away or if you've moved on, because it does give them the ability to resolve the things that they had been avoiding before, right? I need to work on my marriage, or I need to work on what's going on with my kids, or I need to balance things out with my work. There's a little bit of relief even as there is a little bit of sadness, right? Hi, George. How are you? Hello, Monica. Hello, Vichitata. Thank you, Rachel. I feel like I need to put like a little sticker up here that says that. All right, let's get a few from the Hidden Truth Oracle. Hello, Kelly girl. How are you doing? Monica, this is not for personal questions, and be cautious because if you keep saying that, you're gonna get blocked. Just saying. Hello, Jess B. How are you doing? You're right. All right, so this person who's missing you but realizes they need to work on themselves. I feel like these two go together. They're waiting patiently. It's like, well, okay, so the timing was off and I have things that I need to do. You know, I need to clean house a little bit. But they're still feeling like there would be potential when the timing is better. I miss seeing you. Hello, I believe so. How are you doing? Oh, thank you for judging me based off of my looks. I would encourage you not to do that. That's why we have intuition, sweetie. I still feel the pain. So this is someone who's trying to act like everything is fine, and I do feel like they're trying to heal things, but they continually are thinking about what's going on with you, what would have happened if they had chosen you, that kind of thing. Hello, how's it going, Amisha? All right, let's get a few from, we'll go with the Kipper. All right, what else do we have? We have false person in the reverse and marriage. Yeah, I think we've got someone who's realizing that they have to make their best effort to resolve whatever issue's been causing a block for you two. For some of you, that is dealing with the fact that they need to go through a divorce. For others of you, this marriage card is about, well, if I want to be with that person, then what can I do? What can I change to achieve that, right? But they see you as someone who is actually honest. They saw you as authentic, because I don't feel like you really cared what other people thought. I mean, to a certain extent, right? But we've got main male in the reverse. So I feel like there's a concern here that they're going to do what they need to do to heal or resolve their like domestic or work issues, and then end up losing out on you, right? Hello, Philip. How's it going? Thank you, Matt. You're so right about that. All right. Let's, what am I seeing? Let's go with the Crow Tarot. Exactly. All right, this is the Crow Tarot. Let's see what we've got in terms of the Strength individual that is the little obsession or was the love interest for the Hermit. The Tower, lots of change happening for the Strength individual. King of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a shift in terms of what they consider to be like safe or stable or consistent. I feel like this is, okay, if you're not able to do right by our relationship, or if you're not able to approach things in the way you told me to, then I'm going to step it up and I'm going to make decisions for myself. I'm going to go where I could get the job that I need. I'm not going to prioritize you. I'm going to make sure that everything's fine for me. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate that. We've got Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not scared of a little bit of chaos. You're not scared of change. If somebody tells you that you have to uproot your life and move to somebody else or somewhere else, you're like, okay, bring it. Let's like adventure. I got my suitcases packed. And I feel like that's very opposite to this Hermit. You taught this person that change doesn't have to always be scary, that sometimes those are the most important parts of our life or times in our life. And so I feel like this person's checking on you. This Hermit's curious what you're up to, and they find out that you're out there living your life. You're doing things that they could never really dream of because they are scared of that change. Hello, Mark. Hello, Palita. How are you doing? Thank you, Tiana. High Priestess in the reverse, Ace of Wands. See, I feel like you're the type to be able to cut your, or what's it called? Cut your losses? Is that what it is? It's like, okay, this isn't working. I'm not going to continue to invest in it. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to like refocus my energy. And this person envies you for that. The Hermit doesn't know how to pivot or make that change in their life the way that you do. They see you as very decisive, very focused on what makes sense for you and not concerned about doing what everybody else expects you to. It is. Very available? Inaccurate. Very difficult, actually. Hello, Princey. I do have an email address where you can get a personal reading, but this is a general one. wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. We've got Seven of Cups in the reverse. Clarity. What other people see as tedious, difficult, frustrating, too much effort. Like, I'd rather sit around and watch a movie. Whoever is the Strength card, you're like, okay, change, bring it. Like, I've done it so many times. I've had to move. I've had to change to a different career. I've had to end long-term relationships. I'm totally capable of adjusting to whatever the environment is that I'm in and finding a way to be happy with it. So, like, you're not scared. They envy that about you because for them, they move at like kind of a molasses pace, whereas you're out here on like, I don't know, a motorcycle. We've got the moon in the reverse. You're not secretive. That's why the two of you wouldn't have worked. This person hides things instead of dealing with them. You're the type of person who, in the first conversation you have with somebody that you appreciate or you respect, you'll just lay it out on the table like, yeah, no, I used to do this all the time. I was super stupid. I did that. You are not like protective about the mistakes that you've made because you're human, right? Hello, Andrea. How's it going? Exactly. I agree. So Queen of Wands, that's the energy. It makes sense because this is fire energy, right? And you first came out as Strength. And the person that you dealt with, they're more of that like water energy. You lit a fire under their ass. So we've got Queen of Wands and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. There's something about you that is very comfortable with moving to other places or having a kind of like fly by the seat of your pants energy. You don't have to have everything planned out. This person thrives on routine. That's why the two of you probably would have struggled to make it work. They're like, oh my God, slow down. And you're like, hurry up. Like, I've been waiting forever. I don't think you actually have a valley accent, but you know. Queen of Cups in the reverse. You exposed for this person the reality of their situation that they were refusing to accept. You showed them that what they considered to be love or happiness was like a watered down version of it because they refused to work on things that need to be worked on or change things that need to be changed. You challenged their perception. And that's, I think, exactly what you were sent to do. The timing, you could argue the timing was off, but I think it was perfect. It was designed to help this person see that they need to like actually make some changes and work on things that they've been avoiding. Hello, TTV. How are you doing? Thank you, Tiana. All right, so we've got the King of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. So because we have somebody who has worked to protect their heart, somebody who is capable of moving on when things aren't working out, Eight of Swords in the reverse, you were not stuck. You saw this person was stuck. Now you've got an offer coming in from somebody else, somebody who's got this emotional maturity, and I do feel like it's someone who is comfortable with change. The Fool, new beginning. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Oh no. I will say this, I think your hermit from your past is going to come back around right as you're getting to know somebody new. And they're going to try to tell you that they're ready for a long-term relationship with you. They're going to tell you they ended something or they changed their life. They finally got their things together. But this is not like 3 weeks later. This is not like, 6 weeks later. I mean, I guess it takes a little while to get your life in order, right? But this is someone who's expecting you to hold space or wait around for them, and I don't think you do. And then they're going to get all uppity because you found somebody that matured a while back. Hey, Spoons, how are you doing? Andrea, I think that's a good approach. All right, this is the Gilded Reverie. What else do we have? Yeah, we're gonna not let you in my live chat anymore. I'm pretty sure I saw you get warned already. All right, so we've got the Woman Without a Shirt, number 29, and number 2, the Clover. Number 8, the Sarcophagus, and number 18, the Puppy. So the thing is, we've got somebody who thought that they could kind of keep you around as a side piece or keep you around as somebody they weren't willing to give like all of their attention to or the appropriate amount of attention to, right? They were either prioritizing work or they were distracted or they didn't feel like they could be seen in public with you. Could be because they were in another relationship, right? But what they don't realize is you're comfortable with ending those things because if they don't fit what you're looking for, you're content to go look for what you are looking for, right? You didn't want to stay and wait for this person to change because change as a future thing, it doesn't always happen. And now, because you've been loyal to yourself, you find somebody who's loyal to you. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Hello, Kelly. Hello, Dwayne. Hello, Gitanjali? Or is it G? Hello, Con. How are you doing? So we've got the Mountains, number 21. And the Path, number 22. The thing is, this person had the option to choose to take the more difficult path, the one that would require them to make some changes, the things that they feared doing, right? They stalled or they decided not to make a decision, which as we discussed is actually making a decision to not do anything, right? But you, on the other hand, you have this decision. Do you want to wait around for this person to figure out what they're doing? Do you want to cast off and start something new? And you took the opportunity for that new chapter. You're like, yeah, I don't see any reason why I should wait for this person. They seem to be taking their sweet time. So I'm out of here. I feel like you, for many of you, this is a change of location. Working somewhere else, living somewhere else, or just like not hanging out with this person anymore. You know what I mean? This is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Thank you, Rachel. Whack-a-mole. We've got 23, Fate, cycles, alignment, decisive moments, and opportunistic events. That's the thing. If you decide that you are willing to do the hard work to get where you want to be and you're not afraid of change, you will be rewarded. And I feel like that's where you are right now. The Hermit that is in your past that didn't choose to make change and felt like they needed to stay wherever they settled, they're feeling regretful or maybe remorseful because they're seeing that what you did or what you do, because I feel like it's a habit, I feel like you're kind of a free spirit, they're seeing that it pays off for you. We've got Owl, number 36, wisdom, advancement, independent thinking, and enlightenment. They look up to you. They see you as smarter than they realized initially. I think there could be some people who view your bright, cheerful energy or your commitment to finding happiness as somewhat of like a less intellectual energy. But this is someone who understands exactly that you just know how to enjoy life and do it in a way where you're minimizing risk, but embracing change, right? That's an important part. All right, last but not least, we'll do the Zodiac fortune telling cards. Let's see what else we've got. My name is No, my sign is No. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? What else do we have? You are continually in someone's thoughts. Yep. You have genius thoughts which should be carried through. I told you were smart. A short sorrow. I feel like you get over the situation relatively quickly. I also think you didn't really put a lot of stock in it. I don't feel like you're the type to build things up in your mind and have huge expectations. I think you kind of saw the writing on the wall. You started to back away or like admit to yourself maybe there's a better connection out there for you somewhere else, right? Hello, Anne. How are you? ¿Tú sabes? Hey, Co-Create. How are you doing? So we've got investigate carefully before going into any new undertaking. Why do I feel like this is about living situation stuff? So this could be if you're renting, if you're buying, make sure you've got all of the accurate details in terms of how things are handled, who pays what is in good shape, what needs to be replaced. But if this is about a job, read that fine print. There could be something. I remember causing a little bit of a stink at my work because I refused to sign the commission structure document, which said that at any point they could change the commission structure. It's like, okay, well then why am I signing this? Like, they hated me. I was a little litigious. I was like, no, we're going to redline this. I'm not here for that. This is something where you're able to avoid a loss or you're able to improve upon your own situation by reading carefully through the details and knowing like what you're entitled to. Someone who is ill is going to recover. But you can still be nice and like make them soup or something. They might benefit from that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you on the next reading.